Hi everyone, before we begin today's video, we want to send our condolences and love to everybody who's affected by the sad tragedy of the death of Diego Jota and his brother Andre. Parents have lost their sons, wives have lost their husbands, and kids have lost their dads. Once again, we send our condolences and love out to everyone who is affected. Yes, hello everyone, hope you're doing alright. Right, so news broke about 8 o'clock onwards last night, which we're going to talk about. Didn't want to put the video out last night and film it this morning, so that's why it's out very early, because we had the documentary go out about the Toon's League Cup win. Go and check it out. It's over 33 minutes long. I think you'll enjoy it. I've got some great feedback by it. But obviously we are going to talk about the Anthony Elanga situation in a moment, and a little bit on the Trafford as well, with it being, you know, it's Friday the 4th of July, which happy Independence Day for you Americans over there, because we do have a few listeners and watchers from the States. But first, I wanted to touch upon our sponsor, NordVPN, today. I want to talk about the malware. What is malware? So, it blocks dangerous ads, it stops you from entering malware hosts and websites, and checks your downloading files for any viruses, basically. If they are found to be infected or dangerous, the files are removed before they can harm your device. It's a great thing that NordVPN do, a Threat Protection Pro, which is part of your plan. Now, we are giving you an extra 4 months on top of the plan with NordVPN. Their base plan only starts at £2.13. If you want to get that deal, get it. It's a bargain. NordVPN.com/Newcastle fans, which you can see on your screen. Get an absolute bargain. Thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring us today. I'll be using them abroad, which is coming up very quick for Newcastle's pre-season tour. Right, so let's get back to the video, which is all about Anthony Elanga. I want to know what you think of him. First, get your comments coming in. What you think of Anthony Elanga, because there's some people out there who didn't rate him. My question is, if he signs, which might happen, which likely will happen, do you not think Eddie Howe will improve him? For the doubters that are out there. Because you look at Newcastle United's squad, there's no shadow of a doubt about it. Lewis Hall's improved. Fabian Schär has improved. Emil Kraft has improved. Tino Livramento has improved. Tonali's probably improved. I can't remember Tonali doing that well at Milan like this. Joe Linton is the biggest one. Alexander Isak is another one. Jacob Murphy is another one. Gordon is a better player than he is now than he was at Everton. So there is a lot of names that Eddie Howe has improved. Anthony Elanga will improve under Eddie Howe. Now the fee might look a bit steep because we are going to talk about that 55 million. But it gives you something totally different to Jacob Murphy. Murphy's just had the season of his life, but he needs competition. You can't just be the only right winger, and then we've got to move Gordon over and Barnes over. We've got the left wing sorted for me. Gordon plays crap, you've got Barnes, vice versa. Murphy needs the competition. Yes, he's had a great season, and we want that to continue, but Elanga brings you pace and devastation and counter-attack. He's brilliant at it, assists and goals. Yes, Murphy brings it assists and goals because he's had a great season, but he's a different type of player where Murphy's probably more of a team player. Elanga is a threat on the counter with pace. And, of course, he's good pals with Will Asula, which we're seeing all over on TikTok. And obviously he's close with Alexander Isak, who plays with international duty. And, of course, you know Emil Kraft well. But Craig Hope has gone on to say that Newcastle are on the verge of agreeing a deal last night with Nottingham Forest after a £55 million offer. And then he's gone on to say agreement with Elanga is very close. Talks are ongoing tonight. And then he tweets himself that Man United will receive an estimated 15% of any profit of the sale of Elanga. Forest signed for 15 million, if you remember. Elanga is a better player since leaving Man United. And we've joked on the channel before that even the likes of Scott McTominay is, and there's several more. However, Elanga will be improved at Newcastle. I'm more optimistic than Elanga than I was with Pedro. I'm not that bothered about losing out on João Pedro. I'm really not. I'm more excited with Elanga than Pedro. Because Elanga, I don't know, he's an exciting when you're in the crowd, and I think he's probably got a little bit of rawness. But he's not my first choice, don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to come and slate a player before he's even signed. I want him to do well. I really do. And then David Ornstein, of course, shortly after Craig Hope, then he also tweeted, Newcastle United are pushing to secure the signing of Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest. A new bid for the 23-year-old Sweden international worth more than 50 million plus bonuses. Newcastle's efforts to finalise a deal with Nottingham Forest are ongoing, and work also needed on the player side. We'll come back in a minute. Just switch it to Chris Waugh, who obviously works in the same company as Ornstein. Newcastle finally edging closer at the first senior signing of the summer, and in brackets in almost 2 years, pushing to secure a deal for Nottingham Forest for Anthony Elanga with £50 million plus bonuses offer, and then if this gets done, it'll bring much relief, of course. There's a few also other journalists who have now regurgitated the news story, and fair play to David Ornstein and Craig Hope, because the last couple of weeks those two have been the go-to guys, and Ornstein is not even a North East journal. So look, with player agreeing terms, I don't think that'll be difficult. He already knows, as I've mentioned, one or two of the squad, and he's pally with them, so settling in. He speaks the language perfectly well. He's been in the UK for how many years? He speaks great English. Swedish people credit them, all do. They're incredible. We're lazy as a nation. We don't go and learn a second language, but fair play to Langa. And, you know, it's not that difficult to relocate, I don't feel, and I think he'll settle in pretty well. I really do, and I think he would be a starter in the starting 11 for the first game of the season against Aston Villa, should he sign. I wouldn't put it past it. James Trafford, on the other hand, again, he wants the move. We've already talked about with the likes of Nick Pope already kind of saying, see you soon, beep. And we've talked about that. That's on our video earlier this week. But those two, I said even last week that 2 out of the 3 will sign, and I'm still saying that as well. I think Elanga and Trafford will sign. How much of that will we have left in the budget? We should still have money left over for a third signing, personally, for me. But the Elanga one, look, my first choice is Johan Bakayoko from PSV. I've said that. I've done a video on right wingers on the channel about 6 weeks ago or so. But look, that's where we are at the moment. What happens today? Me and Joe are on standby if news does break later. Will it be a medical next? Yes, if the clubs can agree a fee. That'll be next. How quick will that happen? Will it be today? Will it be over the weekend? Maybe. If the clubs agree a fee today, later on today, I think you could see Elanga maybe having his medical Monday and then getting it signed more or less on the dotted line on Monday. And that's what I'm just predicting, because he's got to agree personal terms, which I don't think will be a problem, to be honest with you. But that's where we are this early in the morning. I'm filming this as about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's going out at 9. So if there's developments during the day, this video could be out of date. But drop us a like for you. For it, and as we count down to me going full time, just 2 weeks left, and then I'll be bringing loads of different content, a lot more content as well, better content as well. I'm really looking forward to that as well, so your support means loads, because it's an exciting time for the channel. But we shall love yous and leave yous. Have a great day, whatever you're up to. See yous, everyone. Bye bye.